Hey, and welcome to another episode of Accountants Lounge. I'm Ashley Ford. This is Dawn Patton. We're your hosts, and we're just so excited to share behind the scenes of our business. We are two friends who own accounting firms, and we just want to share the real behind growing virtual accounting firms. Speaking of, we're going to get into the real today because Dawn and I are going to share some embarrassing, cringy things that we've done in the past. Because if we're going to share the good, we've got to also share the cringe. So, we are going to talk today. If you haven't listened to it already, we recorded an episode on what to put in your job posting whenever you're hiring a team, if you're putting this job posting on a job board, or however you're sharing your job posting. In the process of recording that episode, Dawn and I found some of our old job postings, and we were comparing our old to the new and looking at the evolution and what has changed over time and as we've hired. And there are definitely some things that we had in some of our first job postings that we would highly recommend not including in your job posting. So learn from our lessons, and maybe think about not including these things in yours. So, Dawn.
And these things, I mean, giving ourselves grace and forgiveness, because that's what we want to preach to all of our listeners too, is it's not so much like, oh, these are horrible things. These are like, ooh, we've definitely learned and grown since then. Makes us cringe a little, but we know our intentions were so good at the moment we were posting these. And, we felt so confident. And I'm sure, I mean, even this video, Ashley, we're going to go back and watch 5 years from now and be like, oh,
What?
and we thought we
Oh.
knew what we were talking about then. Like,
Yes. I mean, in all
so,
seriousness, that's the best part about growth, right? Like there's so
yeah,
many things that I have done in my business and in my life that I look back and think, well, I really wouldn't have done it the same way now, but I would not have got to where I am now had I not had done it that way then. So
exactly.
don't be afraid to have cringy moments and to have those things that you put out into the world that you look back on thinking, she really did think she knew what she was saying there,
She did.
but
She did.
yes.
Okay, so one of my cute Dawn moments, I would call it cute, not
Okay.
cringy, because
I'm here for
I
that.
know I know exactly where my head was at when I did this. And it came from a place of like, it's really being respectful to applicants and people reading job posts and taking their time to be on job boards. Okay. This looks like it was about 3 years ago. Actually, it followed me through a couple of job posts. So lasted like 3 job posts, it looks like. Um, I apologize profusely for how lengthy the job description was because I went through everything. And looking back, actually, my current job description is pretty much the same length as the 3 consecutive job posts where I apologize profusely for how long it was lengthy for. And now I just finished hiring, was using this job description without the apologies. And I was getting so many people telling us, like, I don't have any questions. You did a great job on the job description. I feel like I know exactly what I'm getting into. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Here are the things that I like. Like, it answered everything that they were looking for. And so, like, pat on my back, that's respectful. But cute dog moment is I started off the job posting saying, I'm so sorry. I know this is a lengthy post, but it's worth the read. And then like throughout it, it's like, okay, keep going. You got this. Like
Like you've
long.
almost made it to the end.
And like, good on me for trying to be respectful, but why am I apologizing for giving these people detail that they want and need to know if they're even interested in this job? What? Why am I apologizing for that? I don't know. Don't know. It's not, and it's no longer in my job post though.
And I think that just shows the confidence that builds over time. Because to your point, of course, I'm sure things have been tweaked in that job post, but it's not like you completely scrapped your old job post and nothing is the same. So the content in there was
It's
important. We just have to be
uh-huh.
confident in what we're sharing. And I do
Yeah.
think it's so cute that you were apologizing because you were like, we're amazing. Like, please just
Yes.
like stick with me through this job posting and come work for us.
Uh-huh. And it's funny, like that the job post is very much me and my personality. I mean, look, Ashley and I started a whole YouTube channel because girl can talk. Like, I'm a talker. So let me just be upfront with the people who are applying to work with me. And you should know from the get-go, Dawn's got a lot to say, and I'm not about to apologize every time I open my mouth. I just won't. So why am I apologizing now? Like, it just it sets the wrong tone. It gives the wrong
Yes.
impression. I was not actually sorry about any of it. I wanted everyone to read it. What I was really trying to be was respectful of their time. And again, them I can be respectful of their time by giving them all the details from the
Yes.
start instead of, I mean, here's another cute Dawn moment. My first job post was like all of 5 bullet points because I didn't want to ask too much from people.
Mm,
So let's just keep it the very bare minimum of what we need. Not
yeah.
actually what I want though, but bare minimum and
Like if I
hope.
could just find this, we could
Yeah,
make
like,
do.
yeah, we can make do, but that's not actually what I want. But I'm gonna hope that the people that I want to apply still apply. Um, but my first few hires weren't that great, and there's a reason behind that. I was trying to settle and not ask for too much, and nope, learn from that.
Which again, that
Ask.
comes back into like being confident in what you want to
Yeah,
ask for. Be confident in what you know you need.
yeah.
So I have something that my very first job posting started off with, and I can attribute it. I know we had someone that we had to let go pretty quick. And
Mhm.
I guarantee it's because she came in because of this first paragraph of my job posting. And it sounds like a cheesy ad that you might like hear on TV about like, are you a blah blah blah? And it's like, are you a hard worker that enjoys the work from home lifestyle, like making lunch at your kitchen every day? Like it is very oh,
Wait, is that actually what it says, or are you teasing with the
no, that's actually what like the first line of my job posting was.
so
My very
cute.
first job posting. Cute
That is so cute.
Ashley.
Mhm.
Because in my mind, if you guys listen to the other episode about what to put in your job posting, we do talk about making your job posting come from your voice and your brand
Yeah,
voice and making it sound like you are having a conversation with somebody because it's just going to be a little bit more relatable. This takes
yeah.
that too far. Like you just don't want to go this far with the conversational piece. And would I really say that in conversation? No. Like it's weird sales
No,
pitchy
I mean, the fact that
ad.
I had to ask if you were
Like,
doing an
did you
ad
say
or
that?
not, yeah, that wasn't you. It might be
Yeah.
someone else, but no, that wasn't you.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. And also, I think I really wanted, I think this was also coming from a big place of insecurity when I really look at the job posting because I was thinking if I could just attract someone in who wants a remote job and attract someone in who will be excited about like a remote flexible work position, then I can get them to do the work or I can teach them what they need to know or like maybe that'll be enough attraction to get them to want to come work for my business. Like it really was coming from a place of insecurity and I was just trying so hard to attract them on the remote work piece and didn't have the confidence to just be like, hey, this is what we're asking for. This is what we have to offer. Like, we are a remote work position, but that's a perk of working for us. It's not the reason that I want you to come work for us.
Yeah, yep. That okay, similar to that, another job post I had, this one only lasted like one post because we were getting the wrong kind of people, so I had to make some adjustments. Again, the the body and layout of this job description is pretty similar to what we have now. I every time I post a new job, I kind of take what we have and tweak it. It's never like a complete
Start
dump
fresh.
it in the fire, start fresh. It's like,
Yeah.
mm, did that attract the right people? What, like, if it didn't, let's make some adjustments. So, another cute Dawn moment is kind of similar to that, where I focused so much on the culture and not enough on the job. Just, well, I mean, the job
Yeah.
description was still in there, but very culture focused. And I talked about how most of us are work from home moms. So you'll often see babies on the meetings and like, was giving the real about like that's all true. I was giving the real on it, but I focused so much on that a lot of the applicants we were getting were these people who were like at home with their kids, maybe homeschooling, looking, and it was a part-time position, which also didn't help to
They're looking to make
aid
a little extra
this.
money.
But their priority was their family. And so we were getting people like, okay, well, I homeschool on these days, or here's my schedule. Like I could fit you in like an hour here or like 2 hours here. Like we can make this work. And it was definitely not a work and family are my priority, which is what our culture
Yeah.
is we say it all the time, like you can have it all. You can have it all. And so it's not a this comes before this, which family does come before work, always, always, always. But at the same time, we want to do good quality work and we make time for it. We
Yeah.
carve out time. We do high quality work. It's not a back burner thing ever.
Right.
And so this on this job post with me focusing so much on the culture and just really trying to sell that one home, we got people who were applying because it seemed like a good back burner opportunity.
Yeah.
And we actually didn't end up hiring anyone that round. We did another round because it was all these people that, again, we would hop on an interview with them and we could tell that they were just looking for something on the side, not someone who would prioritize our clients. And I don't
Yeah.
want someone who's 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
No, no,
So,
we want people that are all in. Even if they're a
mhm,
part-time person, we need them during that part-time to be all in.
mhm.
Yeah.
So,
I One of my other faults in some of my original job postings was really going back to that first one again. I think I was pushing so heavily into the casualness. Like I wanted our culture is more on the casual side versus super professional. And when I started my firm, I really struggled with the balance of coming off as a professional accounting firm, but like having a casual culture. And I wanted
yeah,
people to take us seriously, but I also wanted to attract people that were more casual. So I
yeah,
really struggled with that a lot in the beginning. Now feel really confident in it. But in the beginning, it was something I struggled with a lot. And in my original job posting, I tried to make the whole posting itself sound super casual. And it was almost too casual. It didn't lay out the expectations and tasks clearly. Like I'm looking at it now and it has them in there, but they're almost more in like paragraph conversation form than they are listed out. So it's a little harder to follow because I'm trying to make it so casual and conversational. Um, and just all of it in general is really coming from like at my last paragraph is in all seriousness because I felt like the rest of it was like almost like jokey and casual. It's like I leaned so hard into wanting to attract like these super fun casual workers that I wasn't like,
yeah,
hey, this is a serious business and we do serious work and we manage people's money. So like I need someone who's going to be dedicated to the work, who has the experience or is willing to learn, like really laying out what it is that we're looking for while also shining through like we're a really amazing firm to work for. So I really went too far on the casual side, trying
mhm,
to push against that like super professional corporate job posting. Because I thought that I would stand out, but I think it was really just attracting the wrong type of people.
yeah, yep. Okay, I think I have one more
Let's hear it.
cringy, cutesy thing to share. Um, this was for a tax preparer position, which if you are an accountant, you know tax season is tax season. Okay, we say it with a certain voice, we roll our eyes when we hear those words. Um, well, the hardest part of tax season as a business owner is staffing because it's such a seasonal thing. And it's like how I don't know, you want people to have stable jobs. Basically, anyone who's in the tax world, like working for tax, you just accept that your life is going to be this seasonal, fluctuating roller coaster of a thing, which is great that we've all just normalized and accepted that. Um, but it's still really hard to manage the workflow of the roller coaster. So here I am thinking, I know we need hands on deck and we need to hire a tax preparer. I we'll take anyone who's competent. Okay, that's the headspace I was in. So this job description is so like too much to the point. We like flexibility. This is like I just wanted people to write the job description for themselves, essentially, is how it sounds. Because I'm like, we'll take part-time, we'll take full-time. Do you want to be year-round? Do you want to be seasonal? And then we were hiring for just one person, and like I couldn't decide exactly what we wanted. It was just like, I know I need someone at least for the season, but
But
if
if
we
they
like
said they
them
could only
enough,
do this, we might take it.
then we'll take, yeah. And like if we like them enough, then we can market our tax services more heavily so that we get more tax clients so that we could keep them all year round if they want to stay all year round. Like, yeah, we could do that. And it was just very I don't so this job description, I mean, one of the questions for applying was like, okay, two of the questions, like, are you interested in full-time or part-time? Are you interested in seasonal or year round? Like, I'm telling these people to write the job description for themselves. How long do you want us to hire you for, and how many hours do you want to work?
You just tell us and then we'll be good with it.
Yeah. And again, grace for Dawn. I get it because again, I needed some hands on deck. I would take what I could get, but I can't even remember if we ended up hiring anyone. Just, it was such a, we didn't know what we were hiring for. So how can I weed out these people? Um, So that's an interesting learning curve. Be more specific. Get real
Yeah.
about what you want.
Yeah, and I think on that note, you and I talked a little bit about this when we were prepping for these episodes and looking at our early job postings versus what we have now. And our ones now are significantly longer than our ones before. And again, I think we had to start with the short ones in order for them to grow to what they are. And just like with every new client, you kind of learn like, oh, that was a funky part of the onboarding process, or we should improve this about our back end process. Oh, I think with every hire, you learn that too. Like, oh, we actually need
Mhm.
someone who's gonna be X, Y, and Z, or have certain experience, or have done a certain task before. So don't put so much pressure on having everything included in the beginning, but also don't be afraid to have your job posting be long and
Yeah.
include what it is that you're looking for. And then every time you go through the hiring process, like Dawn was saying, tweak it. Like go in and say, okay, I either want to take this away or I just need to add to it. Like we just need, I know
Yeah.
now I have more clarity now on what I'm looking for. So I need to like define that clarity in the job posting and add some things in.
Yeah. And I think really take time after application process, the hiring process, to go back to the job description while you're still in the zone,
Yeah,
and
I like
like
that.
make notes then of what you want to edit or tweak. Um, and don't be afraid to redo the process. I've mentioned it a few times, like, I couldn't remember if we actually hired from that job post or not. Because we've done it multiple times where we'll go back to the drawing board. If we don't have anyone we're 100% on, I'm I'm not
Yeah.
hiring. I have in the past, and that's been a learning mistake because those people never end up working out. If I'm not 100% from the start, those
Yeah.
people have never ended up working out. And so I need to be like gung ho, excited to hire them and bring them on board. Even when, and this has been a really hard thing for me sometimes, even when on paper it all looks good and I can't
Mm.
put my finger on why I'm not 100% like super excited to hire them, don't hire.
Yeah.
Like, just don't do that. Go back to the drawing board, go try again. There have been times where, in fact, there was one round of interviews, it was about 3 years ago now, where we had like 7 people who I wanted to hire every single one of them. We couldn't. It was so heartbreaking for me. We only had capacity at that moment to hire 2. We brought 2 on. Both of them are still with us now. We actually just last week we invited some of those people to we've invited them back before, but like they had other jobs. So again, I invited them back again, and we just picked up one of them this time around. So 3 years
Love
later,
that.
now we're hiring her. So there are going to be times like that. We got 7 amazing people who we wanted to hire, and other times where it's like zilch,
Um,
nothing's here. Let's go back. So play around with it. It's not always about the job description. If you don't get the right people, sometimes it's about timing for things. Sometimes it's luck of the draw. Sometimes it's a job board bearing your post.
Mhm.
But so like don't, I mean, analyze your job post, but like also don't overanalyze your job post.
Yeah, just check on it. Like if you feel like you're
Yeah.
not getting the right candidates and you feel like you're getting people in their conversations or their interest or why they want to work for you is not really aligned with what you're looking
Yeah.
for, then go back and check your job post. Because like Don said, it could
Mhm.
be for a multitude of reasons, but that is their first entry point. So there might be some messaging that you can tweak, some things that you can change that might help weed some people out, but also welcome the right people in.
Yeah. Okay, do you have any more fun stories for us, Ashley?
I think that's it on the fun, cute, cringe stories for today. Do you have anything else you want to share?
That's everything. But
Okay.
I really want to hear other people's stories. So
Oh,
I want to invite people to comment below or send us a DM or something like share your story. Wouldn't that be a fun episode, Ashley, if we could share other people's stories of like,
I would love that.
yeah.
And
So
also like how relatable to just know that we aren't the only ones that are cute and cringe. So please tell us that we're not. Please tell us things that you have put that whenever you look back, you're like, ooh, I started there. Now I'm
mhm,
here. I'm very proud of that progression, but wouldn't do this.
yeah. Yeah. Can't wait to hear
Amazing.
those stories.
Same. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for joining us on another episode of Accountants Lounge, where we take you behind the scenes of our businesses. And thanks for listening to our real stories today. If you want to join in on the convo, be sure to join our free Facebook group where so many people are chatting and asking really amazing questions. So make sure you're in the group and like and subscribe for more episodes. We'll see you next time.